Hey everybody, welcome back to No Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here watching some Jujutsu Kaisen. Last time we had It's Like That, where after finishing a mission one day, Itadori decides to go to the movies. Kugisaki decides to go shopping, and Fushiguro goes home. After parting ways, Kuritsagi is approached by a woman who suddenly asks if she was with Itadori.
The
Sometimes I
names
get the
are
names all
hard.
wrong.
That's fine.
I know they are. And
That's
that's not even half the episode.
look, man. Uh, we're used to calling them Megumi and shit. What's her name? Wait,
Nobara.
um, is that what? Okay, sorry. Actually, I've not referred to her by name in such a long time that I don't even associate her in my mind. She's a face, so I don't even.
But last time we had relationship dramas with old flings, we had giant Gundams, we had traders, we had a lot of stuff going on. But before we get to all of that, Theta, do we have any comments?
All right, we have Alex V9 from Hidden Inventory 2 who says, clarifications, no spoilers. You know, the counting thing that I do every time.
Let's go.
One, names in Japan are said backwards. First the last name and then the first name. Normally, a superior in age or status is referred to by their last name, and an inferior in age or status is usually referred to by their first name. This is what the names would look like in the West. Satoru Gojo, Toge Inamaki, Yuta Okutsuso. Sorry, I've already made fun of you for saying names, Griff, so here you go. Yuji Itadori, Maki Zanin, Kento Nanami, Megumi Fushiguro, Panda. That's the name I'm going to get wrong. Panda. Suguro Geto, Nobura Kugisaki, Aoi Todo, Shoko Iri. I think I got through that perfectly fine, except for that.
You did great.
2. Heavenly restrictions was already mentioned in the first season. It is a form of curse imposed on a sorcerer at birth, randomly. This generates a binding vow between the body and the cursed energy for the improvement of one and the limitation of the other. Known cases so far are Gochiki Muta, aka Mekamaru, extremely weak body, immense production of cursed energy. Maki Zanin, almost zero cursed energy, highly strong body. Toji Fushiguro, absolutely zero cursed energy, extremely strong body. Side
Mhm.
note, Yuji doesn't have a heavenly restriction, but he has a body on par with Maki, which is why everyone is surprised and confused when they see his physical prowess.
Yeah, like you definitely could have fooled me so far, given the information we have. Like it's like he's got to have one, but
3. Well, I guess that is kind of, going back real quick to 2, that is kind of a spoiler then, isn't it? Telling us he
oh
doesn't
no,
have
everyone's
one.
pretty confused about it. I
No,
think that
no,
just
saying he
checks.
doesn't have one implies then that you know that he never will have one. Because if he comes like 5 episodes from now and he has one, and it turns out that we all just didn't know about it. Mm.
Could just be we don't know until now.
3. Maki and Toji have the same type of heavenly restriction. The difference lies in the degree of the restriction. Maki still possesses some cursed energy, but not enough to perceive cursed spirits, while Toji has zero cursed energy, but curiously enough, he can perceive cursed spirits due to the extreme acuity of his senses granted by his restriction.
Hmm. That's a funny workaround, but it's cute.
4. Gojo at 16 still had some problems with his cursed technique, and yet is considered special grade. Gojo from the present at 28 years old has reached the pinnacle of sorcery, overcoming any defects he had. Fun fact, in the databook, the author mentions that Gojo, the current one, tries not to try anything because he could achieve anything he sets his mind to. So I'm thrown by the parentheses, the current one.
We do have a couple different states of gojo to go through, but yeah, no, like that was basically the context of his entire arc during the flashback, right? He has infinite energy, he can infinitely heal himself, he can activate his infinite perception at any time forever with no consequences. He can do anything, so maybe be careful, I
Could be
guess.
anywhere.
Could be anywhere.
Now, 5. Something to remember is that there are few sorcerers working for the school, and they usually have to travel all over Japan to work on cases of curses and curse users, leaving the school and barracks almost empty half the time.
There aren't a whole lot of them, honestly. So yeah, no, we've seen that.
Kind of like the mansion in a Deadpool movie.
Hmm.
6. The second season is made up of 2 arcs: the Hidden Inventory arc from episodes 1 to 5, and the
Yeah.
Shibuya Incident arc from episodes 6 to 23. Feels like a spoiler already. I know that on
Where?
Patreon you are already in the Shibuya arc, so we just recorded episode 6 a second ago. So, literally you're
We
wrong.
started an arc, Theta.
Well, I'm just saying you're wrong, commenter. I'm sorry. So I will try to make the following comments on the next reactions, taking into account the most typical questions or doubts of reactors, clarifying which episodes they are for, of course. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little forward reading the next comment that I read then to make sure. It's because you're already assuming we're further ahead than we are.
I mean, I'm glad you have that confidence in us. I think the only thing I want to go back to is the names real quick, which is regardless of order, I think it's just the thing I hear the most is going to be that character's name. If there are more people who refer to them by like an honorific last name, that's just their name right now. Gojo is Gojo. He's not gonna be Satoru ever.
Well, there is a shit. I had the word in my head, and then I did a little bit of editing on the notepad that I'm on. Um, there is a level of country-specific culture. I guess the word I'm looking for here
Hmm.
of going on that
Yeah.
is outside of us that make a lot more sense to the people watching the show natively, right?
Oh yeah.
So if like we had this weird nickname system going on between us here, and we kept flip flopping back and forth as to indicate who thought something at a specific time. That would make sense for us,
Yeah.
but would make no sense to anybody else. This whole system of I'm going to refer to you this way because in the I'm deciding now that you're above me only for the fact that I need your help dealing with this other thing.
Right, yeah, it's like extra detail that you can pack in. Like once you know it, you can observe it, you can see it in action, go, it's like, ah, yes, they are sucking up to them now. That is the information I get from this.
Yeah, whereas like say like a Denji from Chainsaw Man is talks to everybody familially, which is to say your first name, which is
Hmm.
disrespectful because I'm your superior. You should be using my last name. And for most of us, we're not even going to recognize that that's a issue that's being had until one character says something about it because we
Hmm.
don't know because we're not native to this culture.
You should be putting doctor on the letter, not mister, and all that.
I didn't spend 4 years at Evil Medical School not to be called doctor.
There you go. So that's our comments. So Theta, let's go over like some thoughts here. What have you been thinking the last 5 minutes since I watched the previous episode?
I guess again, transparency for the watchers. We're just getting back from that long break that we took. So
Hmm.
we're just kind of catching up on everything. And to make sure that we catch up on everything accurately, we're doing all these all back to back. So this episode, last episode, and the next 2 episodes are all being recorded back to back with one another. That's why we don't have like a week's worth of time to think about the things that have happened. One might say this is a bit more organic of a way to do it than that we're not like forgetting what we just saw. We're literally just going through it.
Right, we're gonna be missing a little bit of that deep dive, which like we always like to do, but we're also watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and we're just here for the action. But speaking of, we're going, I think, straight back into the Gundam fight, and then you've suggested that we are going all the way back to like more romance arc stuff here because of our next time on little tidbits.
And Alex V9 suggests that we're in the Shibuya incident arc, whatever the fuck that means.
If a giant robot shows up anywhere, I would call that an incident at the very least, right?
Look, one thing that I do know is that episode 9 is literally called the Shibuya incident. So, and I only
We're
know
gonna
this.
be in Shibuya for a little bit
I
longer.
only know because I collect all this stuff together so that when we sit down to do a recording day, I know that I'm on the right stuff and that I can give you the right information. Like, I have been doing a lot of not reading. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where like I'm collecting the synopsis of the last episode we watched on episodes we haven't watched yet, so that I can send them to you so you can say what we saw last time, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, well I don't want to know because haven't seen it yet myself, so I need to at least somehow confirm that I'm copy and pasting the right information without reading it. So I've been doing a lot of not reading, which is to say, I know I got the right info based on the first word and the last word, maybe? I don't know.
Well, look, think about it like this. If you had a demon sorcerer inside of you who could take control of your body, they could go ahead and do the copy pasting and reading, and then you wouldn't know.
I would.
See, there's advantages.
I would know. Sakana would tell me. He's that kind of asshole. We know that. But I've been doing a lot of like eye scanning pages and shit to not see stuff.
Trying to remain pure in your knowledge, yeah.
Well, I don't want to be spoiled. I hate spoilers, so when I have to do something that involves me going over a thing that I might... There's been plenty of times where I'm collecting images for the thumbnails on these videos, and I'm trying to get images from the thing we just watched. I'm just going to like Google Images. One assumes I could have just gone to the video, just like take the screenshots or whatever, but I go to Google Images, and more often than not, there'll be pictures from way ahead or things. So I'm just like, eye scan, miss the stuff that you didn't recognize. What am I going for here?
All right. So, I think on that note, we are as primed as we can possibly be. We've done all of our thinking. You've seen it all live right here. Let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can go ahead and follow us over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
Click the link down below, join the Discord, let us know. Is this manga still ongoing? Is there going to be more content after this season is done?
Oh, that was just the pre-explosion. I thought that was the final explosion.
Oh, the fight's just starting. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, but we ended off with the hand blast last time. I thought that was what that was.
I thought we ended off on him flying towards him. Yeah, it's a bit more EVA than it is Gundam.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for it.
Prototype 0. So it should be the worst then.
It's the beta.
It should be the worst. It's his first prototype. It's only in anime or weird sci-fi that the first thing you made is the best one. Then why did you keep making stuff?
Yeah, there's the shot.
I'm just kind of confused about the charge effect that he's using.
Also, that dam is destroyed. People are dying.
Maybe that's the incident.
Oh, that is a good splash screen.
Here's the implication: he's been charging up cursed energy for 31 years. I'm 31 years.
17 years.
Yeah, the episode number threw me off.
Yeah, I think they basically said
Now there it
that,
says
like,
right
while he
there,
was in the
simply
tub
incident
last
right there
time.
in the title card.
Yeah.
The
I just
kind of way
enjoy
that
the
that
intro
one
this
hidden
time.
inventory thing, it said premature death. We were just talking over each other both times. See?
What a happy dance for that.
Well, no, he was just slapping people into blood splatters.
Yeah. Just looking for details here.
Yeah, maybe bring a
Oh, well,
flashlight.
we got our giant robot there.
Oh, you mean you're looking for details? I thought you were referring to the scene where Itadori was looking on the wall full of paintings for details.
Yeah, no, I was curious about him standing amongst, like, all the what is it called? Like the little drawers that you store ashes in. Is it oubliette? Or am I making that up?
You could be both. You could be making it up, and it could be that. Visually, I think this is an awesome opening.
Oh,
Audibly, I didn't hear a
absolutely.
word. But you know, we got 2 more recordings. I can listen to it at the same time.
真人の魂まで傷つけられない。奴も今のでそれを確信したはずだ。
I guess also the information that Gojo is watching this at some perspective.
Oh yeah, he can see everything anyway, so
No, the Mekamaru, I can't remember his real name, said that Gojo put a dome up. The dome around them is Gojo's.
no, he said ghetto. Because he was already there in the scene.
What's that thing called? Where you can know what a word is by only the first letter and the last letter.
And that's why they're confusing.
Well, because they're the same amount of letters, too.
There we go, super punch.
俺の攻撃など意に介していない。そこにこれをぶち込む。なんてパワーだ。グダグダしてるとそこを破られるな。
I think it's obvious by our reaction channel content that if I was in a Gundam mobile suit thing like this, I wouldn't be narrating myself.
I mean,
I would just be doing it.
that's half the fun, right? Also, that is a JoJo's reference.
Not all finger guns have to be JoJo's references.
No, the bird person reference.
Are you sure it's not just a reference to Bird Person, who's another person?
No, end of one of the seasons, Cars basically just becomes a bird.
How's that a reference? A lot of people become birds.
It's the design, man. And also, basically, their powers are kind of the same, too, now that I
So
think
all
about
harpies are JoJo's references?
it. Not...
どういうことだ。
Well, maybe.
魂ごと破壊された。
JoJo does it first, obviously, you know, but...
また鳥かっけえのない。飛ばした左腕が再生している。いや、魂の形をこねくり回して再生した
Sorry, I read that as twerking. Now he's just twerking.
しているのがいい証拠。
I like that we're at the level of tricking people with whether or not you regenerated.
What is your cord connected to?
The ceiling.
消えてる。やるね。
Oh, he's dragging this giant cord around with him. It seems like an obvious weak point.
まあ人対策もしっかりしてきたわけだ。場合によっては
Alright, doggy, down you go. He is just burning this.
I mean, if he doesn't win, he's dead.
True.
I hate to say it. I feel like we're watching a tournament and we're like the two commentators sitting off broadcasting to people. The way those last few comments have gone. Well, if you can see, if he doesn't win, he's dead. That's right, Dave.
What's that? Mojito with the steel chair.
Well, now we find out if those were a weak point or not.
Oh no, the Eva is no longer plugged in.
Oh, he had a programming code error. You see that? It's just not all just cursed energy. This is actually a fucking programmed thing.
Oh, it's so funny.
Editor's note, he would not.
That this is it? Do we end in victory? Defeat? Death? Oh right, this is the thing.
Yep. But I didn't think it would work because this is a giant mech and it's not his soul.
I think he still has one in there.
Yeah, but he has to break through the mech. Self-destruct. Use 11 years worth of energy and self-destruct. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that part. Oh, he used more than I thought. I thought he had 11 left.
We heard him shout out at least 6 years, so I guess the rest of
his
it
first attack was 1 year, and then he used a 5-year. Sorry, is his power tied to Halloween? Did I miss something?
I guess it just takes energy to do this, like it's an effort.
それは平安時代、呪術全盛の時代に凶悪な呪詛師や呪霊から門弟を守るため、足朝脱那によって考案された。作戦に夢と希望を詰め込むなよ。気の毒すぎて表情に困るんだよね。一問相伝。その技術を恋に門外へ伝えることは縛りで禁じられている。それは領域から身を守るための。
So he's got the anti-domain domain?
Apparently. Ah, what a nice trick, though.
Gave him the middle finger.
Oh, he's copping people. Love it.
Well, that's why he had the windows round behind him. saying I've seen everything.
And it's the middle finger too. I didn't even notice that.
I said that, Griff. He said he gave him the middle finger.
It just passed me by until now.
領域はあらゆる術式を中和する。領域内ではあの五条悟にですら攻撃は当たる。簡易とはいえ、内側から領域を発生させられたら、真人でも術式関係なくダメージを負う。
Yeah, Geto is secretly hoping for Mahito to die here, which is what he said earlier. Depending on what happens, he said.
He does want really powerful sorcerers to exist in the world and take over, is the last context we had, so...
Now, this is where he dies.
Yeah, this is the tragic point.
Well, this is how a drill works. What
There was a
happens?
robot in the machine.
What happens if he wins, but his body gets so fucked up that he goes back to the tub anyway?
That's just what we call tragedy, right?
Or irony. I mean, it's really hard to defeat the cell of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, this is a little too much for any one person, right?
Looks like you have to destroy all of him at once when he just comes back. Hope you like this art style. Even more of it a season from now.
Well, and that's the A arc. Time for the B arc.
No, we're still in the A arc. Remember? She was poking him. He said he was resting.
Oh no, we're building up the tragedy.
野球した後からみんなとの距離がぐっと縮まった気がするの。呪術師って職業柄なのかな。それまではお互い仲良しでもどこか一線を引いてた。
It's not really that much of a tragedy.
仲良くなりすぎるといなくなった時辛いもんね。
They're just saying in the text.
No, it's not that much of a tragedy.
ほら、メカ丸は野球参加できなかった。
He's thinking about her as more. She's saying, I'd love to be friends with you. She has a thing for Gojo. He has a thing for her.
私はメカ丸とももっと仲
He can't even hear this, so it doesn't even matter. He's already dead.
だからいつか会いに行くからね。
I know I'm ruining a sad moment, but at the same point, I'm also enjoying the fact I said he's already dead to the guy who could Fist of the North Star anybody in this show.
Yeah.
あとは領域を解けば死んだと思うだろう。すべて計算。危ないことなんてないさ。あれも簡易領域か。本番前にいいもん見れたんじゃない？
ああ、食卓式の帳の調整も終えた。重力や言霊ごと他者に託して問題ない。
Funny how it's a nail, and one of our main three characters does nails shit as their main move, isn't it?
Oh, it's the faithful dog statue. Oh.
Huh. It's a fine-looking Shibuya you have there. It'd be a shame if an incident were to happen.
年10月31日19時ちょうど、東急百貨店東横店を中心に半径およそ400メートルの帳が下ろされる。
Oh, we're just going straight there. Okay.
I get so thrown off by this. the mid-credit roll. Banana
The
guy.
banana costumes.
Also don't want to worry anybody, but the scary movie guy seems to be here too.
ハロウィンって結構茨城とか栃木とかから来てる人多いんだってわざわざ
すいません写真撮っていいっすかめっちゃ可愛いっすね
ありがとう嬉しい
Yeah, lift that truck.
来年はもう渋谷やめよう何あれ
That's the front.
あれ
Oh, those Symphogear girls are at it again.
いやあれだってあんた目大丈夫
Oh, she must just be a random person who can see cursed energy. Alright.
Oh, looks like we're under the dome.
We hadn't actually seen anyone just bonk the wall yet, and I'm so happy it happened.
Well, they didn't do the thing that Under the Dome did. That was great. Which is cut people in half with it as it was coming down.
Oh gosh.
So is that why it was empty moments before? That everyone just got sucked into whatever the fuck it was?
Looks like.
一般人は侵入のみ、窓には個人差が。術師は補助監督役含め出入りが可能です。
電波は
断たれています。連絡は帳を出て行うか、我々補助監督の足を使ってください。
随分と面倒なことになってますね。
fushiguro 帳結界の効力の足し引きに使える条件っていうのはな、基本重力にまつわるものだけなんだ。
This is a guy that was on my my concept board that I just fucking couldn't remember.
He's just here vibing. And giving us
I
the info
remembered him
dump.
enough to add him to the board, not enough to remember anything other than he interacts with the 9 to 5 guy.
伊野くん、彼は優秀です。先輩風はほどほどに。
どういう意味っすか、七海さん。
それで、五条さんは
人がいない駅前のスクランブル交差点にハロウィンの渋谷よそこで何かがあったみたいっすみんなチリチリに帳のヘリまで逃げてこう訴えています五条悟を連れてこい
How do they know his name? Why is this guy here?
To twirl his mustache, obviously.
No, I thought we all hated this guy. Why is he here? Like he's literally standing next to a girl who hates him.
力技でどうこうできそうにない帳を下ろしている呪詛師を探してとっちめた方が早そうっすじゃあ私らはその手伝いだないえ皆さんはまだここで待機っす
That face that says, "Haven't you heard a thing I said?" We're bringing everybody out.
They're forming different teams is what they're doing. This is setup.
Well, because this is a major fucking event, right? We just assumedly killed a lot of people. So
If we're gonna do this for 20 episodes.
Assumedly all those other people are dead. They're not dead from floating into that black void. They're probably dead of concussions. They all just got sucked into the air. What?
Well, okay, I guess everyone hasn't been sucked in.
Well, that was a lot of people we got sucked into the air. What were the... There's clear misunderstanding here that I don't follow.
Okay, maybe it's all a trap. Mojito has infested every single person. They are under his control now.
Yeah. Okay. That answers my question of how do they know who Gojo is.
まあ通れないのはホラーではあるけど
Not the worst place to be trapped, though.
そのうち助け来るでしょ。
あ、でも県外。
お前ら見てなかったのか。吸い込まれたんだよ。交差点にうじゃうじゃいた人間が駅の中に。
All right, just one section. Okay. Thank you, random dude, for giving us the deets.
Gotta get the crowd on your side.
It's the boy.
あ、ごめん。
Didn't see you there.
There we go. We also got a timer thing to keep track of that one.
You know, if we were doing this week to week, that's what I would be doing. Is I would be making a little like time thing. But since we're watching the next two immediately after, God, gonna be lost
the
on me.
It's gonna go on for 20 episodes. It's gonna be 5 minutes until Planet Namek is destroyed. You know.
I will say, this is probably, just thinking before I make a broad statement. This is probably this is the best episode so far of both seasons.
Oh.
Well, because I understand that people have probably tuned out by now to me, but that I didn't give the proper emotional response to the final send-off scene there and the speech between the blue-haired girl and Mekamaru. But I understand what was supposed to be going on there, even though I didn't react to it. And I appreciate that they went in depth there and they tried to give that sort of a send-off scene and the twisting of emotions that are supposed to go on with it. But not only that, on top of the combat, which was the best combat animation that we've had the entire show so far.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, yeah, there we go.
メロンパン買ってこいって言ったのにお前これチョコチップメロンパンじゃねえか。
チョコチップ入ってる方がいいに決まってんだろ。
カンプラにとガンプラぐらいちげえよ。
え、カンプラにって何？え、次回渋谷事変。
伏黒は知ってるよね。
アッガイなら作ったことある。
And then the setup thing that we had going on at the very end after all of that makes for not only an amazing setup to make you want to know what's going on next time, like the veil drop here was better than the veil drop at the end of season 1 where we attacked the school, because this is like a huge group of normal ass people versus the veil drop at the school, which is a crazy shit is happening at the crazy shit place instead of crazy shit's happening at the normal place where crazy shit doesn't happen. So
yeah, this
is a good setup.
The highest it's gone so far. This is the most normal people have been in danger.
So this is an amazing setup, which would be great for an end of episode thing, which is where it happens. Tail ending, the best fight so far, I think anyway. The best fight that we've seen so far in the show, at least the best animated fight, with the best emotional kicker that I've ever gotten from the show. Now, granted, I did not interact with it the same way, because specifically it reminded me so many of other things that I've gotten a bigger emotional kick out of that did the same plot point. But also, I guess the fact that maybe they said it in jest back in season 1, that she's got a thing for Gojo, and Gojo kinda has a thing for her. I don't really take his infatuation seriously. To the point that she's like, I would like to increase our relationship. And it's like, okay, they're just trying to be friends. We already know who she likes. So if they threw that out there as a joke in season 1, and it now has affected my inability to take in this emotional scene later in season 2 correctly, well, I don't know what to say about that.
All right, things just stick to you. I think I'm definitely alive. Like, I enjoyed like the entire tragic arc of Mekamaru and what was it? I was just staring at the name Kasumi, right? Like, even if they're not like in any kind of like deeper relationship, just like the fact that they are like budding friendships, connecting with like the weird guy who is literally at a distance from everyone. It's like, yeah, no, all of this is tragic. Like, someone's trying to reach out to him, and he's already dead. It's like, this was very well done. I liked it. And of course, the entire fight leading up through it did have me thrown for a loop like several times in a row. We started with like, oh yeah, he's just gonna die, you know, as like an expectation. And then they just twisted that like a dozen times. At the end of it, I wasn't even sure what was going to happen. So that was good. An unexpected fight is what I think I would call it.
I guess the real tragedy is that they're going to think he was a traitor.
Oh yeah. I mean, he still technically did those things. Like, I think last time I was talking about like how complicated would it be if he did survive and then had to explain this all to everyone and then like sort it all out. And when it comes to like very to like a bunch of different narratives, usually what you see is like they just go, all right, just kill them off, resolve it, remember the good things, move on. You can even see that in like the latest Star Wars too, where they kill off Kylo Ren.
No, I thought you said that. I thought you should leave Star Wars. Yeah, kill the past. You know, forget the past. Kill it if you have to, or whatever the fuck they say in that sorry ass movie. No,
that was episode 8. I'm only talking about 9 here, where they kill off Kylo Ren despite him getting like a whole redemption.
Who the fuck cares?
I know, right?
My point was more so. He is a traitor because that's the last thing that they knew, and they're not going to know that he fought. They're not going to know that he sacrificed anything. All they know is that he was a traitor, he disappeared, and now all of his robot bodies aren't moving. So they don't even know he's dead. All they know is he's a traitor, and if they find out that he's dead or he's given up his robot bodies or whatever, all they'll know is the last thing that they knew. Because how are they going to find out anything else?
Right, someone would have to come along and tell them, which Mahito's sure not going to do it unless he's gloating, right?
Well, it serves them better to make them to let them think, hey, he was a traitor at the end. You know, he doesn't have to do anything. Their last information is he vanished. He sold us out. His last acts of defiance against those two guys, Mahito and Geto, never known. They happened under a veil, for God's sakes.
But all of that, of course, was just the prelude to get to what the real meat of this arc is going to be, which is whatever the hell is happening in Shibuya right now. I'm excited to see what that's going. I want to know what the vacuum is up to, and I'm ready to go. So I think, Theta, if that's all we got here for today, let's go ahead and wrap up. This has been Stoneface Reactions, everybody. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?